What are you doing?
Whoa, I've got an audition.
Oh my God, well
Yeah, I'm
done!
just practising. You know, it's for a visually impaired character.
What, you're already visually impaired.
Yeah, I know, but they're not going to cast visually impaired, are they? They're going to cast sighted playing visually impaired. Whoa. How was yours?
Yeah, good. Part of someone in a wheelchair.
Nice. You're not in a wheelchair?
Yeah, I've got one arm. They said they could work with it.
Sweet. I've done it.
I've got some Oscar-nominated actors for you to interview.
Now, I am joined by actor David Bigsitter, star of upcoming movie Are You Blind? Now, for you, David, obviously the answer is no. So what are your tips for playing a blind character?
It was very complex. I wore contact lenses. The most difficult part of that was trying to figure out how to look at people, as well as the contacts causing excruciating pain.
Oh, it's been awful.
Oh, what a palaver. It would have been easier if I was actually blind.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose I'm quite lucky, really.
Oh, wait, are you actually blind?
Well, partially sighted.
Oh, you don't look partially sighted.
Oh, thanks, David.
Tyler, you play a wheelchair user, but you're not one. How did you overcome that barrier?
Yeah, my nephew used the wheelchair. We didn't want to put people off. We wanted to show it like they're normal people. You know, it's not about the chair. So it's harder than you think, you know, using a wheelchair.
Yeah, I know.
Do you?
Yeah, I use a wheelchair.
You see, I don't even see the chair anymore. I just see people. Here I'm chair blind.
Yeah, me too, mate.
Nominated for your role as the sexy one-armed warrior. Funny stories about how she lost her arm?
It was hilarious. There was the waste disposal unit, the smoothie maker accident. What happened to yours?
I was born like it.
Oh, well, that's lucky.
Why do you think you were nominated?
Well, I just think I really get it, you know? I could lose one of my arms right now, and I'm so good at it, it wouldn't make any difference to my life.
So what you're saying is that only members of the royal family can appear in the crown.
That's not what we're
And
saying.
presumably Paddington can only be played by a real bear.
We haven't
What about a
said-
ghost? Only played by an actual ghost? And if you're doing a biopic of Hitler, you can only cast somebody the fourth of 6 children who studied divinity, Chancellor of Germany in 19... Keep up, love.
No.
No, we're just saying that maybe Ross could have played it.
Yeah, I could do Hitler, maybe.
My name is Alexander Nathan, and I'm the founder of Permason Gaming, a para esports organization / clan that really tries to make a difference for people with disabilities in the esports world. It all really is that we are a bunch of people with disabilities that want to take competitive gaming seriously. And in order to do that, we ganged up together to show the world that it's possible. Permason Gaming really started when I made a complaint on the internet that there weren't enough people with disabilities as a professional gamer in the biggest clans. And to make that happen, I realized we had to change our way of thinking, that we have to enable people with disabilities to overcome certain boundaries or even expose those boundaries. So, because it maybe hadn't been done before, we just set out to forge a path. That's how we started off. And we recruited people, and then more people joined. Now we stream, we have active social media, and most notably our Discord channel, where we help each other out, give each other tips, not just general gaming, but really people join and say, oh, I only have one hand. How can I get the most out of gaming? How can I keep up or become better than the average person, even if they don't have a disability? We really want to excel and show the world that in esports, a disability is no hurdle. When you join a team, it is often a very intimate experience. It's not just that you are playing a game together, but you're growing. And that forges an extreme good bond. It's what team building essentially does too. And when you have these kind of bonds, you're willing to share your inner secrets sometimes, your struggles. And by doing so, you open up a dialogue between members of the team in the community itself that you wouldn't otherwise do with a stranger. Even sometimes with your parents or other family members, because they might not understand the struggles of a person with a disability. The gaming industry does a lot. Does it do enough? It's difficult to say. I think it will never be a fight you can win, because the industry needs to be aware that this is a continuous fight, that you can never stop. And you do it because it's the right thing to do.
The project name Impactive originates from our aim, which is to have an impact on disabled people's lives and enable them to become active members of society. We aim to tackle challenges that disabled people face through the design and build of customized equipment and technology to make their lives a little bit easier. We were founded in 2016 under the Volunteering Services Unit, which is part of the UCL Students' Union. Our projects are achieved with the help of the clients themselves, since the idea of the project is not only to find solutions for them, but to immerse them in the process, and it allows them to be a part of the problem solving, enabling them to define solutions for themselves. Through interaction via planning, brainstorming, and designing, we find the best solution for our clients, and then we fabricate them to the best of our ability to produce final solutions.
Hiya, I'm Debbie North. My title is Inclusion and Diversity for Access the Outdoor Guide. So basically I do the style-free walks for the Outdoor Guide with Julia Bradbury. We've got this huge platform for promoting the walks that are out there and the places that have got the facilities for people to get out and experience the countryside. So it's worth having a look on the Outdoor Guide, theoutdoorguide.co.uk. Then you go to the section, the drop-down section where it says wheelchair walks, and you've got a whole host. There's well over 100 different walks over the UK that we've collated so far, and all those walks that are on the website, I've been and done, and I write a fair and honest description about the walk so that people then can also go and experience it. And we also go and film the walks, and the reason that we film the walks is then people can go onto the YouTube channel, look at the walks themselves, and then make an informed decision as to the suitability of the walk for their own personal needs and the suitability of their own wheelchair. So that, that's what Access Target is all about. I've gone from being able-bodied to having a disability where I need to use a wheelchair. And I wasn't aware when I, first found myself in this situation in 2011, that there was the whole range of technologies out there. And, my first wheelchair was from a mobility shop that cost a couple of £100, and it's gone from having that to having one from the wheelchair services and things. And I always class my wheelchairs as my shoes and my boots. So I've got my nice black lace up, my sensible, comfy everyday shoes, which is my wheelchair, my manual wheelchair. I've actually got 2 sets of wheels for that. I've got an indoor set, so if I'm just nipping, like around the house or around town, I've just got my narrow wheels. Then I've got a thicker wheel for going over more rugged terrain. I've got a fantastic piece of equipment from Da Vinci Mobility, which it's called a Trial Rider, and that fits onto the front of my wheelchair, which makes it almost like a little electric bike. And I class that as my trainers. It's speedy, it's zippy, perfect for things like country lanes, tow paths along the canal, tracks through the forest, going along the promenade at the seaside. Brilliant. And then I've got my big 4 Seasons hiking boots, which is the Train Hopper. And that's, again, it's English made, it's built in Lincolnshire, and that is a real solid 4x4 all-terrain wheelchair that's got the capabilities to be able to climb up the steep gradients, and that's the one that I have sort of my big mountain adventures on. But there's also the mountain trike, which is an absolute brilliant bit of kit, and that works on levers. So to propel forward, you pull your levers backwards and forwards, that rotates the wheels, and then you go on your way. And what's even more fantastic with the mountain trike, they've got this now e-trike it's called, where it's got a power assisted motor on it. So if the terrain is a little bit hard for going, maybe over the sand, you can use just a bit of power to get you on your way. So you've still got your manual input, which people really like for getting a bit of upper body exercise and a bit of a workout. But it's just amazing. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been to the NAIDEX show down at Birmingham NEC, but the range of wheelchairs that are out there is phenomenal, really.
And they serve a dual purpose, don't they? They allow access to people. They allow people to access the countryside, but they also allow people to access the countryside as it is, because the more you can provide powered vehicles that are all terrain, that are able to meet the demands of these walks, then you don't have to impose yourself on your surroundings. You have the right kind of equipment to engage with it.
And another part of what I do is I work with the national parks and areas of outstanding natural beauty, and it's not about as wanting a countryside sterilised with concrete, tarmac paths. That is not what Access is about. Access is looking at what is already out there and promoting the lovely walks that are already there, as I said before, like canal paths, beautiful going through the estates, the National Trust properties. You've got beautiful parklands. You've got bridleways that we can follow in the bigger, like, terrain hopper. So it's not about putting paths up to the top of the mountains. It's about being aware that technology is out there and developing ways and means of getting that technology available for everyone. Because these pieces of equipment, that these wheelchairs are not cheap.